everyone, Preeti here with the Life of Toys on Instagram. And I'm here with a little review of Ocamora Rainbow versus the Grimm's Rainbow. So I took some measurements because I can't find my centimeter ruler, so I had to do all sorts of conversions. Ooh. And so I wanted to get to show you the differences between the two. And what I've got here on the right is, is the Grimm's 12-piece rainbow, and on the left I have the Ocamora 9-piece. Now in North America and US and Canada you can only get the 9-piece or the 6-piece Ocamora, so I'm comparing basically 9 bands from each of them since I don't have a 12-band Ocamora. So you can see on the far side are the 3 largest bands from Grimm's, which I've removed, and so we're just doing these 9 bands from Ocamora and Grimm. So actually you're going to see me today, which is kind of cool. Oh, and hopefully you see me, because I'm not quite sure. So what I've used are, I've got 2 sets of semicircles from Grimm's. I've got the natural semicircles. Yes, they do have a little bit of a yellow tinge. And I have the rainbow semicircles. I put the rainbow semis with the rainbow, the Grimm's rainbow, and I use the natural with the Ocamora, since the Ocamora is in a different colorway. So basics. Arches, bands, whatever you would like to call them. So for Ocamora, they're 2.5 inches tall, which is about 6.3 centimeters tall, whilst the Grimm's is 3 inches tall, which is 7.6 centimeters tall. So with just those 9 bands, you see already quite a difference in height, because the height of the Ocamora is, let me see here, is 22.5 inches tall, which is 57 centimeters, a little bit over. And the Grimm's 9 is 27 inches tall, about 68 centimeters. So there's a difference of 3.5 inches in height, and so it's pretty marked once you build up with them on the 9 bands. The other difference is the Ocamora bands. You can see here they're a little bit thicker. They're still just as great to build with. I've done some pretty good building with them, but they can be sometimes maybe just a little tighter to push together, but they do have quite a bit of weight and flexibility in them, but they are a bit thicker. People say that the Ocamora ones are cut a bit more evenly versus the Grimm's. Sometimes the Grimm's can be a little bit loopy when making the arch, while Ocamora is much more straight. I don't really know why that is, if one is more hand cut and one's using CNC machine. But otherwise, in terms of kind of the wood grain, and take this one down, they both have really nice wood grain. This is my Ocamora, so, and they both use kind of that staining process, so they have that rough feel to them. And you can see in the center, a lot of times in the Grimm's, you see in the center it's a little bit differently dyed because it's the center of the arch. But I think in terms of dye process and grain process, they're both very similar. I just think in terms of the actual width right here, these arch bands, it's a little bit wider on Ocamora. They also have the chamfering on the edge, just like Grimm's. And yeah, they're 1.3 centimeters shorter than a Grimm's. So when it comes to price, you're paying about the same price for a 9-piece Ocamora as you are a 12-piece Grimm. So in a way, you are getting much more bang for your buck by buying the 12-piece Grimm's than buying the 9-piece Ocamora. With that said, you get a lot more colorway options with Ocamora. I have the green on the outer side. They've got red on the outer, pink on the outer, I think the yellow. They've pretty much got everything as an option. Grimm's has only 4 colorways, so yeah, you're just limited to that. And then here I've got the semicircles. So my son actually set this up for me. He used the very largest semis with this Ocamora, so you've got a lot of space on here. And honestly, I've got the 3 extras you can see here. They fit perfectly well. I mean, you can remove these too. You can use a smaller one if you'd like. We could use, this is one of the smaller semis. We can take a couple of these smaller ones out. So, and I'll turn this around for you. Right here. So So they do actually fit really well. This is if you want a nice snug fit. And but since you're already buying the Grimm's semicircles, because Ocamora doesn't make semicircles, so you're buying the Grimm semicircles, you get the 12, so you've got the 3 extra. So then it's compatible with both sets. And let's see what else. But I love them both. I think it's again up to personal preference, and perhaps because of a lot of shipping issues happening across the world, it might even be up to what you might find available today. And there we go. There's another one. And let me turn. So I'll take this one off. This is the Ocamora. Although you can see it's much wider here than this is the Grimm's. This is Ocamora. It's much wider, but height-wise. This one, the smallest look about the same height. The other bands are different. So, unlike the width. And these are more curved. The Grimm's are a bit more curved than the Ocamora. Anyway, I hope this helps you. You know, pick whichever one you like. You get more bang for your buck on the Grimm's, but you do get more colorway options on Ocamora. And the semicircles for Grimm's, they're great because they'll work with both. So whichever one you go with, or if you end up with both in the long run, are fantastic. And in the description below of the video, you'll have some links where you can purchase Ocamora and Grimm's. Thanks for joining.